Welcome back to the Hackla Podcast Safety Leadership Series, where we bring conversation with industry leaders shaping the future of safety, sustainability, and industrial excellence. Today's topic is the future of EHS and ESG in the chemical industry, a discussion focused on how chemical industries are evolved beyond traditional compliance towards integrated approaches that combine environment, health and safety, sustainability, and environmental, social, and governance leadership. Joining us today is Mr. Amar Dalvi. He is a safety, health, environment, and sustainability professional with nearly 28 years of industry experience. He has successfully completed the executive program in corporate sustainability from IIM Calcutta and a certified ESG professional from the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. Thank you, sir, for giving us your time today.
Yeah.
So, as we begin, the chemical industry is rapidly evolving with increasing focus on sustainability and ESG. How do you see the role of EHS changing in this transformation?
Thank you, Amber. This is excellent question, and in my opinion, one of the most important discussion taking place in industry today. If we look back 20 or 30 years, EHS was primarily used as a compliance-driven function. The focus was largely on meeting regulatory requirements, preventing workplace injuries, obtaining environmental permits, ensuring legal compliances, and responding to incidents when they occurred. Today, however, the business landscape has changed dramatically. Organizations are no longer evaluating only on their financial performance. Investor, customers, regulators, employees, local communities, and even young job seekers increasingly want to know how responsibly company operates. So they want to understand company environmental footprint, its commitment to employees' well-being, its contribution to society, and the strength of governance practices. So this is where sustainability and ESG have become central to business strategy. What is
Mhm.
particularly interesting in that many of the pillars of sustainability and ESG have always been closely connected with EHS. For example, when we talk about environmental pillar of ESG, and we are discussing the topic such as carbon emission, water management, waste reduction, pollution prevention, biodiversity protection, resource efficiency, and climate resilience. So these are the areas that EHS professionals have been managing for decades. When we talk about a social pillar, we are discussing employees' health, occupational safety, contractor management, well-being, diversity, community engagement, and human rights. Again, many of these areas naturally align to responsibility of EHS leaders. Even governance has strong link with EHS because governance is fundamentally about accountability, risk management, transparency, compliance, and ethical behavior and leadership commitment. Because of these unique positioning, I strongly believe that EHS professionals are among the most suitable candidate to lead sustainability and ESG transformation within the organization. In fact, one of the reason I decided to become certified ESG professionals through Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs and pursue the executive program in corporate sustainability at IIM Kolkata was because I realized that the future role of EHS leader would be different from the traditional role we have known for the years. The
Mhm.
future EHS leader must be capable of discussing carbon neutrality with CEO or climate risks with board of directors, sustainability reporting with investors, and operational safety with plant team, uh, all in the same day. Let me give you one practical example. In many chemical industries today, water scarcity is become major business risks. Earlier, organization focused mainly on only on meeting wastewater discharge norms because regulations required it. Today, forward-looking organizations are asking different questions. They are asking how we can reduce freshwater consumption, how we can recycle and reuse water, Can we achieve water positivity? Can we create long-term security for our communities and operation? So this shift from compliance thinking to sustainability thinking is exactly what is changing the role of EHS. Similarly, climate change is creating both risks and opportunities. Extreme weather events, floods, droughts, heat stress, and supply chain disruptions are now business realities. As a result, EHS leaders are increasingly participating in climate risk assessment, carbon reduction program, renewable energy initiatives, energy efficiency project, and sustainability roadmaps. Another major change is investor expectation. Today, investors do not look at profitability. They also evaluate ESG performance before making investment decision. So many institutional investors want to understand how companies manage environmental risks, workforce well-being, governance standards, and sustainability commitment. So this means EHS professionals are no longer speaking only to regulators. They are increasingly contributing to discussion that influence investor confidence and corporate valuation. I have also observed a significant shift in employees' expectation. Young professionals entering into workforce today want to work for organizations that have clear purpose and demonstrate genuine commitment towards sustainability and social responsibility. Companies with strong ESG performance often find it easier to attract and retain the talent. Therefore, sustainability and ESG are not only environmental and social topic; they are becoming important for important business topics. Uh,
Mhm.
so the future EHS leaders will be strategically business partners. They will use data analytics and digital technologies to predict risks before incident occur. So
Mhm.
they will contribute to ESG reporting and sustainability disclosure. They will drive decarbonization and circular economy initiatives. They will they will engage with investor, regulator, customers, and employees and communities. So
Okay.
most importantly, they will help organization to create long-term sustainable value. To
Mhm.
summarize, I see EHS moving from compliance focused function to value creation function. The future is not EHS versus sustainability or EHS versus ESG. The future is EHS, sustainability, and ESG working together to build safer, more responsible, more resilient, and more successful organization. That's, in my view, is exciting transformation currently taking place across chemical industry. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So, from your experience across chemical engineering and manufacturing industries, what are the biggest EHS challenges chemical industry will face in the coming years?
See, Amber, this is a topic I'm passionate about because I have seen transformation firsthand during my career. For many years, EHS was viewed as a function that primarily ensured compliance with law and regulations. However, today, business environment demanding a much broader perspective. Organizations need to recognize EHS directly influence productivity, operational reliability, employees engagement, brand reputation, and sustainability performance. When EHS is involved early in the project planning and business decision making, it can identify opportunities for safer design, resource efficiency, cost reduction, and risk mitigation. For example, investing in safer technology often reduce operational disruption, maintenance cost, and environmental realities. Similarly, energy efficiency project improves both environmental performance and profitability. I often tell leaders that every incident avoided is not only safety success, but also business success. An organization that integrate EHS objective into business KPIs and leadership scorecard naturally began treating EHS as a strategic partner rather than support function.
Mhm. Okay, understood. So, process safety remains one of the most critical areas in chemical operations. In your opinion, what are the common gaps organizations still struggle with today?
So process safety undoubtedly one of the most important aspect of chemical industry. One of the gap is that organization often focus heavily on occupational safety while giving insufficient attention to process safety risks. Another challenge is, equipment integrity management, aging infrastructure, deferred maintenance, and inadequate inspections programs can significantly increase the risks.
Mhm.
Management of change or MOC is another area where organizations often struggle. Even minor modification can create unintended consequences if risks are not properly assessed. I've
Right.
learned throughout my career that major incidents rarely result from a single failure. They are usually result of multiple small weaknesses accumulating over time. So organization must create a culture where near misses, weak signals, and operational deviations are reported, analyzed, and acted on upon promptly. So
Mhm.
process safety requires discipline, vigilance, and strong leadership commitment every single day. Yeah.
Right. Sir, just I was just thinking, like, why do organizations don't create such culture? Like in India, we see accidents happening every day, but
Mhm,
we all know that the imagine management should take proactive action, but they don't
mhm.
still don't work on that. Why is the reason? Why does the management not work on proactive action?
There are many reasons of it, Bambar. But if I had to identify one factor that differentiate high performing organization from other, it would be leadership commitment. Policies and procedures are very important, but culture is shaped by the leadership behavior. Employees observe what leader do much more than what leaders say. When leader participated in safety observation, discuss sustainable performance or recognize positive behavior and allocate resources for improvement, they send a powerful message. Throughout my career, I have seen organizations achieve remarkable improvement simply because leaders become visibly engaged. A strong safety culture begins when employees believe a leadership genuinely cares about their well-being. Similarly, a sustainability culture develops when leaders consistently demonstrate commitment to environmental responsibility and ethical business practices. Culture is not created when through only by slogan. It is created through everyday actions. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So ESG is becoming a boardroom level discussion globally. How can
Mhm.
chemical companies practically integrate ESG goals into day-to-day operations?
That's an excellent question because EHG often risks becoming a reporting exercise rather than operational reality. Successful organization translate ESG commitment into practical action at the shop floor level. For example, environmental goal can be integrated through energy conservation project, renewable energy adoption, waste minimization initiatives, and water recycling program. Social goals can be embedded through employees' well-being, diversity, inclusion, skill development, and continuity and community engagement initiative. Governance goal can be strengthened through ethical decision making, transparency, compliance system, and accountability mechanism. During my sustainability studies at IIM Kolkata, one of the concepts that resonated strongly with me was that what gets measured gets managed. So organizations should establish a clear ESG KPIs, assign ownership, track performance, and integrate these metrics into business review. ESG become meaningful when every employees understand how their daily actions contribute to broader organization goal.
Mhm. Okay. So, sir, technology is transforming industries rapidly. What role
Mhm,
do you see digitalization, AI, and predictive analytics playing in
mhm.
the future of EHS and ESG?
Mhm. See, technology will fundamentally reshape the future of EHS and EHG. Today, we are seeing smart sensor, wearable technologies, drone, digital permit to work systems, and AI-powered analytics being used across the industry. In future, predictive analytics will enable organization to identify the risks before incident occur. Imagine being able to predict equipment failure, detect unsafe condition in real time, or identify the trend that indicate emerging risks. AI can significantly improve incident investigation, risk assessment, and compliance management. Similarly, EHG performance management is becoming increasingly data driven. Technology enable real time tracking or energy consumption, carbon emission, water use, waste generation, and sustainability metrics. However, while technology provide powerful tool, leadership, culture, human judgment will remain equally important. Technology should support decision making and not to replace it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. So contractor safety and workforce engagement remain major concerns in industrial
Mhm,
environments. What
mhm,
strategies have you found most effective in improving safety ownership at entry level?
mhm. One lesson I have heard about, learn about over the year is that people support what they help create. The most effective safety program are those actively involve employees and contractors rather than simply imposing the rule. Strong onboarding programs, regular safety interaction, leadership engagement, behavioral safety observations, and recognition programs all contribute to stronger ownership. I found that some of the best safety improvement ideas come directly from the frontline workers because they understand the realities of the workplace better than anyone else. Organizations should create an environment where people feel comfortable raising concern and suggesting improvement. When employees feel respected, heard, and empowered, safety becomes personal value rather than compliance requirement. And that is when true ownership begins. So, contractor safety and workforce engagement will always remain the major concern. But there are contractor evaluation process need to be should be there to evaluate those contractors before selection process. Not only evaluation but the contractor selection process should be there to select the contractors, right contractors,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Right, right, right. So, sir, finally, for young professionals who are entering the EHS and sustainability field today, what skills and mindset do you believe most important for the future?
Amar, this is one of my favorite question because future of our professional depend on next generation. So my first advice is to become lifelong learner. The EHS professional is evolving rapidly. Future professional must develop expertise, not only safety and environment, but also in sustainability, ESG, climate change, carbon management, risk assessment, digital technologies, and data analytics. Equally important are leadership skill, communication skill, stakeholder engagement, and business acumen. One of the
Mm,
biggest lesson I gained from my journey, including my study at IIM, is that technical knowledge alone is not enough. Future leaders must be able to influence decision making. They need to communicate effectively. They need to align sustainability objective with business priorities. So young professionals should always also remain curious, adaptable, and open to innovation. I believe the future of EHS professional will be strategic advisor, sustainability champion, technology adopter, business partner. Most importantly, never forget the purpose behind our profession.
mm.
Every day, our work protect people, preserve environment, strengthen communities, and contribute to more sustainable future. This is both responsibility and a privilege.
Right, sir. So, thank you, sir, for such an insightful and forward looking conversation. Your experiences and perspective clearly highlight that the future of chemical industries will depend not only on operational excellence, but also on how effectively organizations integrate safety, sustainability, process safety, and ESG into their core business strategy. As industries continue to evolve, the role of EHS leaders is becoming more critical than ever in building resilient, responsible, and future ready organizations. Thank you once again for sharing your valuable knowledge and leadership insights with us. To everyone listening, do share this episode with your teams and follow the Hack Lab Podcast Safety Leadership Series for more such conversations. Until next time, take care and have a nice day. Bye bye.
Amber, thank you for inviting me to this conversation. It has been a pleasure, uh, a discussion subject that extremely close to my heart. The future of the chemical industry will not be defined solely by capacity or financial performance. It will be defined by how effectively organization integrate safety, sustainability, ESG, innovation, and responsible leadership into their business strategy. I firmly believe that EHS professionals have unique opportunity to lead this transformation that help uh, to build organizations that are not only successful but also resilient, responsible, and sustainable for generation to come. So thank you once again, Amber, and thank you to everyone who joined us today.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.